Right, so I've met up with Craig. He's here. Gazillions of cars. Now, how the hell do you find your car? Oh yes, you drive something nobody else has. It's probably the right way to do it. Drive a electric thing. And of course, Craig, having grown up in a VW family, it would only be natural that he keeps on driving VWs of all sorts and descriptions. On our way to Craig's still. It's now dark. We stopped at a services just to top up the charge on the bus. But I look out here and I just see a gazillion Tesla charging points. Holy crap, they own the market. And obviously we're in this electric toaster. Last bit of the road. Heading home. And we're off to go and fetch this car. I'm just going to lock the gate. I love these gates. Bit of a farm thing, isn't it?
So it must do.
Yeah.
You probably find the motor is like sitting between the engine and gearbox.
Are you excited?
Hey! Road trip! Mini road trip.
Because you spend my money.
It's the nicest money to spend.
Yeah, Craig and Phil always got their fingers in my wallet. Ruthless spending. Here we are on our way down to Wales to fetch a car. It's quite interesting. It's less than 40 miles, but it's 50 minutes on the planning, so there's going to be lots of little narrow roads and who knows what. We're in his wife's chariot today. So we're just coming into the village. Should I be getting excited? I don't know. Look at the name on this village.
Then turn left onto Rectory.
There she is.
Then turn right.
Oh, she blows.
Yeah, there's parking space for you as well. We found a car. So we've arrived. We've come to see the Olds. Well, we've come to buy the Olds. Parked on the side of the street. You can see paint looks like shit, but we knew that. Very tall car. Okay, so it is a Royale model. What an ugly car. This is going to be quite a challenge to make it beautiful. Might be an impossible dream, eh? We'll see. There comes Craig. Thanks, Mr. Taxi.
Hey.
I'm very pleased, very excited. I have an impossible task ahead of me. This is, so far, it is so smooth. It is really syrupy. It is super, super nice. Right, we're at our first fuel stop. Unleaded. £1.20.9, so call it £1.21 per litre. Mileage, obviously it's gone up a little bit since I bought it, but 180,793, and we've done probably about 35 miles now. So there you go. So this is literally going to be my first fill up in this car, and then I'll try and figure out what the consumption was doing the 200 miles and a bit home. Probably it's going to be including this 200 and a bit more. But yeah, really pleased so far. This car, I don't like using the word sublime, but considering it's a 34-year-old car, it is really good. Surprising. It's comfortable. It goes bloody hell. If you accelerate, because earlier on I was overtaking the cyclist on a piece of open road, it was amazing. It just went. So yeah, really surprisingly good in so many ways. I think other than obviously all the cosmetic work I've got to do, I'll make sure that it's serviced. It is a very nice car. Just waiting for this chap to move his car forward so I can get to a station or to a pump and fill up. The plan is to fill it up really well. There we go. And we've just stopped in front of Craig's house. Now he's coming, he's going to go shut the gate. There's a good mileage to stop at right here. This car is lovely. I'm really impressed. So in a world of electric cars, hybrids, etc., you go from these things with all their shiny kind of, I don't know what you call it, technology. You look and you think, wow, these are nice. And I tell you what, I've been in both of them and they are really good. They are really, really, really good to be in. However, I don't like making life easy for myself, so then you come this way and you say, ooh, nice paint job, looks like Dalmatian. So there we have my new, to me, 1992 Oldsmobile 88 Royale. For the American and foreign viewers, that's a fog light, that's a reverse light, and without them you can't have your yearly MOT test, which is what you legally need to have every year, roadworthiness test, and you cannot get insurance if you don't pass the test. So it's that kind of a thing. I think you call it an inspection. Paintwork, very typical of the GM cars of that era. If you look at this, there is so much kind of damage. Whatever, the paint's really not great. Doesn't bother me at all, because that's part of the plan, is trying to get this thing into a half decent state. But the nice thing is the body is straight. Coming in around this side, I'll walk around first. The rear view mirrors are minute. When you're driving this bloody thing, you can hardly see them. You've got to really concentrate on finding them. But all of that's good. Front end, a bit like that. I'll walk around to the other side in a moment. What I want to show you though is the shape. Basically looks like a Camry. It's just a lot bigger, wider and longer. It's on steel wheels with plastic hubcaps, held on with cable ties or zip ties on the other side. There's some damp in there. I think the seal is somewhat damaged, but I'll approach that and I'll deal with it. These are things that are absolutely not insurmountable. This hubcap, you can see, it's completely smashed, but it's still hanging on. What I would like is a set of alloys on this car. You can see the paint everywhere. There's damage. Thanks GM for somehow not getting it right. There's lots of moss growing in the rubbers, but all of that I'll deal with. These B-pillars need work. Coming around this side, again, you look at the paint, it's tired, but that's okay. I can deal with all of that. Sunburnt, patina some would call it. There's a bit of damage here, which again, I think someone with a paintbrush with the wrong color just fixed it. Headlights can do with a polish and a cleanup. Really interesting. I love the fact that the headlights actually have Oldsmobile printed on them. So stepping back, number plate tucked back so that it's more aerodynamic. If you look at it, look how inset the wheels are, both front and rear. So surely there must be something you can do with spacers or similar. I'm just going to stop the video and do some opening up, and then we'll come back and carry on. And like magic, everything is opened up. So you've got 3.8 litre V6 engine in here. This is a Series 1, and they are known do stupidly high mileages. I'm hoping this one will continue to do just that. Everything's open and accessible. Coil packs, all these things. Something goes wrong, belts, you can get straight to them. It has a crap Lion battery. Let's hope that lasts through winter. But yes, there's a couple of spare pipes and a couple of spare parts that came with the car. But you look at it under the bonnet, this is a 34-year-old car. Things like turret tops, there's a little bit of surface rust, that's it. A really nice stabilizer bar that all the young guys are having their little Ford Fiestas. Maybe that's what made this thing drive so comfortably coming back from Wales where I went and fetched it. All of this stuff is surface rust, so the first thing I'll do is to manage it by using some form of, if not necessarily rust inverter, but certainly something that will slow that down, or at least lubricate / oil it. The under bonnet light is missing, but I can fix that. Fabric looks like shit. Guess what? I can fix that. This is stuff that's so easy to do if you make a little bit of effort. Then, as I said, bits of cosmetics. This is paint that's been damaged. Now, there's a little bit of a scratch of paint there. But you know, if you made a bit of effort, you didn't need to put all this shit on. I don't know why somebody used Tipex to repair a car, but there you go. Walking around the side, this is a bit obstructed because Craig has had a lot of work done, drainage work and all sorts in this property that they bought. The house is over 200 years old. Then coming around this side, initially when I bought this car I didn't know what it was, but you can see it's an 88 and it's the Royale model. Tires wise, you're looking at 205 70 30 15s, and my plan is to replace them with alloys of some sort. They will be alloys that will divide opinion, mostly against me. Do I care? Not really. After all, I think it'll be my car. You'll look at things like the rear view mirror. The capping is broken. I'm sure that I can find one somewhere in the US and have it brought in, or go fetch it when I visit Dennis. But that can be replaced or initially repaired with a bit of JB Weld. Coming around this side, dash wise, I am so thankful and pleased. First of all, I don't know what you call this color. To me, it's somewhere along the lines of, what should we call this color? It's a brown. The light makes it look a lot lighter than it is, but it's not brown, but it's sort of a caramel fudge color. And then basically the dash, I'm so thankful that it's not burned to hell, because that's one of the problems I was warned about by Dennis, that it would probably be missing bits of plastic, broken plastic. You can see, 34 years of plastic chrome. It's actually survived really well. The carpets, they look a little bit grungy in the camera, but they're clean. And if I put a washer over the top of them, that's them sorted. The same with the upholstery. It's clean, but I will make it even better. We're going to get to see the bits that we don't want to see. Same with the back doors. You look in here. These back seats probably were never used, because this car belonged to an older lady. Again, looking from the back into the front, very simple, clean dash and lines. We'll come around to the bad stuff in a minute. More paint damage. This is the unfortunate thing about this car, is a lot of paint damage. But you know what paint damage means? It means that I have an excuse to repaint it. And I'm going to be doing something really stupid. I don't want to let too much out of all the cat bags that I've got, but I've just seen something that I don't like. But again, I'm sure that I can fix it. Keeping in mind, so there's condensation there, which means water is getting in somewhere. I would imagine seals like that are broken allow water in. The rear of the boot, bunch of car parts, all brand new stuff, including obviously one of these. We'll get to that. This bit of felt, I'm assuming there's also, I see, CD player at the back, but there's a spare wheel which is a space saver. I don't particularly like space savers. There's definitely damp in here, but I'll figure that shit out. At the same time, there's a spare wiper over there. Service book, a proper service manual. Dennis in St. Louis already messaged me and said I won't be needing the book, so let's hope. Then the bits that thankfully are here but I need to work on, and there's more than that. These are the inner panels. There's a clip missing, but there's bits and pieces. This is the inner panel over there on the inside of the D pillar or C pillar. Again, do I care? Absolutely not, because I can fix this shit. Just takes a bit of time and effort. These fog light and reverse lights I'll certainly be changing for slimline and better ones. There's some reflectors which may or may not have been originally expected for MOT. I will look at replacing them, and then if you look at that, maybe these are reverse lights, backup lights, I don't know. Somebody can maybe comment and tell me whether it originally had backup lights in there, but why would you have one hanging there when you can have that? And when I built the Jeep, I actually had a very narrow, not even as thick as my thumb, about that long, little high intensity fog light that I mounted at the back. You could hardly see it, but if you turned it on, all hell broke loose from a lighting point of view. So that's that. The worst of the paint damage down this side. I filled up the tank just now. It takes 80 litres or 18 gallons if I'm not mistaken. And then back to this side, interesting tyre name, Wind Force. There's some really interesting, so I'm assuming this is another Chinese ditch finder, but I don't mind. If you drive sensibly, even on a ditch finder, unless you have to do an emergency stop, you can be all right. Now, the fun stuff. Look at the upholstery or lining of the roof. So what do you think? We tear that out and replace it with a serape, I think is the name, Mexican blanket. Not a Mexican blanket, it's one of those, the bright colorful ones. So take out the whole interior lining and then cover it, the card, and refit it. You can see there's bits missing. It's only on that side. This side's good. So this side hasn't been removed. But once again, other than this lining, which as I said, you know, the adhesive that they would have used was 34 years old. All of this is really, really, really good. I keep going on about really, really good, but I'm pleased as hell. And then I guess lastly, steering wheel, well worn. I will see if I can find another. What's very interesting is look at the airbag description. So can you read that? Supplemental inflatable restraint, I think it is. Oops, sorry, I've lost the camera angle. Here you go. And then mileage wise, you can see it literally clocked over to 180,800 as I reversed up here on Craig's driveway when we got home. But yeah, that's the car. If anything, I'll say that I am pleased as